yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Conowitz, and with me, as always, is the Super Mario Brothers 2 to my Super Mario Brothers 3, Bradford Oman.
Ba-ding! Hey, that's me.
Ba-ding!
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. And the Super Mario Brothers original, the OG, to my Super Mario Brothers 3, Nate Laux.
I'm the first love for most people.
Gross.
And we have a special guest today, the Mario Kart, to my Super Mario Brothers 3,
Nice.
Joe Mazur.
Hi.
First time guest.
Is that right? Oh,
Yes.
wow. Welcome,
First
Joe.
time on the show, Joe.
Yeah.
First time on the show, Joe. That's what we call him.
That's old first time on the show, Joe.
That's actually what his podcast is.
And it's a little different, listeners, because we usually record this at night, and to be honest, usually after our other podcast, the 10 to 1, and we are recording on Saturday morning.
This is Monday.
well,
Monday
it's actually
morning.
Monday morning.
Don't even know.
fuck?
Don't even know.
You said it with such confidence.
I know.
Anyway,
It
actually, we're recording on
Thursday
Saturday
morning.
It is
in
Memorial Day.
1994.
Monday morning.
I actually told friend of the pod, Charlie Young, that we were recording in the morning, and he went, "Ugh, the morning episodes are the worst."
It's true. It is true.
We got. There's nothing in the tank so far. I haven't even had a thought this morning, and I'm already on the air.
But we have coffee.
I got a lot of coffee in us.
Yeah.
so
I'm
that's
out
good.
of coffee, actually. And also the barista at the Starbucks, but enjoy, smiley face. And that's so
He's
nice.
flirting with you.
Why did you get such a tiny one? You should have gotten a tall one for your tall body.
Because I thought a grande. I mean, it's not like a short. It's like a grande.
Well, Ariana Grande is very small.
Yeah,
I didn't get a venti,
good
though.
point.
No,
that's why they
right.
that's why they named
A
it
venti
that,
is
actually.
like inching towards a bucket. Ben got a venti.
No, like what, the bucket is like the big drinks at the gas station.
Trenta. I think they have a Trenta.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figured this was good enough, but now I do regret the decision.
I told you.
Yeah.
And Charlie's right. These episodes suck.
What do you mean?
You guys want to talk about the sizes of coffee and what we should be doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. People love coffee.
Oh.
How many times are you just going to look at each other and just go...
Bow, bow.
No,
No?
no.
We also, because our listeners can't see this, we got a redo in the podcast studio. Thank you to Ben's girlfriend, Ashley, for really precipitating a lot of good change down here. As our listeners know, Brad has been complaining about this for months.
And Ben has been promising to do something and just never did.
Samantha Broadhacker and Ashley came down here and reorganized, and it looks wonderful. They did a great
It's
job.
amazing.
And we're
Yeah.
very
Amazing.
happy.
Nate did have some complaints.
I did not have any notes.
I'm sorry.
Did I?
Did you?
This is
I'm genuinely trying to think. Did I
good
complain?
content.
Do you want some of my coffee?
Oh, no. The complaint though isn't about the room itself. The complaint is
Well, it is and it isn't.
Is it about the coasters that don't have your face on them?
yeah, it's been time. There's enough time. I'm a permanent host of this
It's
podcast.
true. We still are
I've
using
done
the old coasters.
119 episodes of this podcast.
But
It's
who's counting?
time.
No coasters.
It's time. All right.
Time for coasters, Ben.
Okay. fair
Come
enough.
on. I don't understand. And also, like, Brad doesn't even have any facial hair in the coasters that we have.
That's a
Excellent
good point.
He just looks
Very
like
good
a
point.
little baby.
I do
Little
look
baby
like,
Brad.
Yeah, little cartoon baby.
Baby
Okay,
Brad.
we'll get new coasters. Jesus,
just
I didn't know it
saying,
was a
I
big deal.
Why don't you stay on top of the merch?
I know.
You're not even
Exactly.
using a coaster.
Me?
They're not for us.
No, they're for the
nice
for
table.
our fans. Yeah, like we can put them on
Is that
the
a slam
store.
on the table, Brad?
No, it's a nice table. You don't want to ruin it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's kind of a shitty thing to say.
Nay, it is a pretty shitty table.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So head to the Go Flix Your store and
Go fix your store. Nice.
find our new
Go spoil
merch.
yourself.
No.
That's what we'll
that's
call
pretty
it.
good. That's
Go
pretty good.
spoil yourself. Thank you, Joe.
No, Joe, we don't do that here.
No,
Oh, sorry.
We don't give
That's
him
a very
compliment.
dumb idea.
Yeah,
There we go,
is.
Joe.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
All right.
Yeah, no more first show Joe anymore. This is
No.
his first rodeo.
No, it is.
That's my other podcast.
It's not as exciting though because it's just a lot of like audio of the horse being ridden, bull being ridden, and it's like, whoa! That's when he falls.
That's the bit.
What, you don't like rodeo
No,
podcasts?
there's no falling because it's not my first rodeo. It's just
Yeah.
expert rodeoing.
No, it's not
It's
your
my-
first rodeo, but it's other people's first rodeo.
Oh, that would be a funny.
Also,
oh, man, that would be funny.
let's be clear. There are plenty of rodeos when it's not their first, and they're very seasoned, and they still fall off the bull.
Yeah, no, that's
rodeos
true.
are tough.
Christopher Reeves is an example, I think, of that.
Wow. Sure
I don't think it happened at a rodeo.
no.
Oh,
He was just on a horse.
Yeah. I don't know if it makes it worse or
Yeah. So what? He didn't even get points for that.
he wasn't even doing anything hard.
He was just riding a horse.
No, that can't be true.
No,
He's
was
Superman. That
he
can't
was
be true.
he was leaping.
He was doing
Well,
something.
he was doing something. Yeah.
Ben.
Hey, Brad, did you bring a sponsor?
Well, I was going to. I got it from out of my pantry, put it on the table, and then we left.
It's my fault.
It's back on.
It's back on the coffee table, back to the old homestead.
All right,
Janet's
well,
eating it.
I was
Janet's
I was requested last minute to come up with a sponsor.
Uh-huh.
So I did. I grabbed
He
one.
brought a used thing of peanut
Nope.
butter.
Nope. This is a real unopened package
Okay.
that I just got from the store. But it's not. I didn't purposely get it for the show though. So
Okay.
now I feel like you guys are just gonna.
Well, do you want to
No,
introduce?
it's
Rag
right.
all over
It's
me.
right. What did you bring? What fun treat did
Yeah.
you bring?
So the official sponsor this week.
No,
is,
don't just
wait,
reveal it.
aren't you
I'm
supposed
not
to have your eyes
going
closed or
to.
something?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Okay, well, hold on. It sounds like
This
you're
is
going
not my
to.
first rodeo. Okay, I know what I'm doing here.
It's just I know
Also,
you
hey,
thought
just so you
about
know,
this
don't do rodeos.
Hey, do you like? You guys
You
like?
could
Do you
die.
like cookies to taste like banana cream pie?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Who
Well,
wouldn't?
Do I?
Well, that's not this.
Okay, well,
Cookies. Who invent those, please?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
there's some in Bread's pantry right now.
They're back on the table.
banana
at
cream
home.
pie cookies.
No,
Where?
I totally saw it last night.
Yep.
What?
bread.
There's Pop Tarts in there.
Oh, that's what it was.
Hey,
Yeah.
would you
Okay.
eat
You have
it?
banana cream pie Pop Tarts?
Yeah.
Would you eat it?
Legitimately?
No,
Yeah.
wait, no. Sorry, they're
is it?
No, they're banana nut bread Pop Tarts.
Oh.
What
No,
about?
but there's a banana cream pie something. There is.
Is it like an Oreo? Because that would be delicious.
Kaylin was talking about banana cream pie weed cones.
Dang, it wasn't that.
This is fun.
That's
Oh,
What-
sorry.
What else was your sister not talking about?
No, she was talking about it.
This podcast sucks.
I'm
All
sorry
right,
you don't
well,
like cannabis.
I don't know. Whatever. This is a sponsor.
He's
It's
against
fun.
cannabis.
Here, I'm opening the sponsor so everybody can have a little tasty treat. You know, here's your.
No question, no lead in.
I don't.
Lazy
Hey,
day.
what's your favorite type of wafer?
you have kind of big hands. It looks hard to do.
Yeah, he's got small hands. We
They're
discovered
not
that
big.
yesterday.
They're just thick.
But they're very
They're
thick.
just stupid.
They're very thick.
Take one. I hate this so much.
Why?
Because I don't want this to be the sponsor. This isn't a good sponsor.
So why don't you have better snacks in your house?
That's because I'm diabetic.
So this is for our listeners. This is diabetic snacks, and so
This is what my grandma had in the house.
Oh,
Exactly.
see, exactly. I knew this was. I should have just said I don't have anything.
Brad. or
I don't
Greg-
have anything to share for the sponsor this morning. Go home and fucking get it, you piece of shit. That's what I should have
Ben
said.
brought us sugar-free butterscotches.
Also, let's be clear. No one has criticized it. We're just making observations. I said my grandma had
I like
these in
them.
her house,
I actually
and my
like
grandma
them.
had delicious snacks.
These are good.
These are delicious.
Oh, these are good.
Oh.
These are good.
These are actually pretty good.
Can you say something for us?
No sugar. No sugar.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
No, these are great, actually, especially because there's no sugar. The flavor is still really good.
Yeah, they're sugar-free, strawberry wafers or whatever.
Now, why did you go with the strawberry?
Because I have sugar.
What? Take me through that that choice you made.
I mean, let's be honest. I have sugar-free dark chocolate upstairs, and so I wanted to try.
he
something
shared that with me yesterday.
sugar-free.
Do you
I'm
like
trying.
the dark chocolate more than the regular chocolate?
I do.
Just in the wafer or in general?
They're not wafers, Brad. I just have Hershey's dark
Oh,
chocolate.
okay.
Sugar-free.
Gotcha.
Did he share some with you yesterday?
I don't like dark chocolate, so
I don't either.
That's weird.
He shared it with me anyway.
so you did it to be polite.
Yeah.
And then you just said,
You didn't have to say I'm out of those now. You could have just said I don't like dark chocolate.
You said, "Hey, you were very excited
I was
about
not
sharing your dark
excited at
chocolate with me."
all.
what do you mean
Like,
you're out? Did he eat a whole chocolate bar?
I had
They
no,
were the last two.
no,
but it was a whole chocolate bar?
no,
it
they
was
were the
like a
minis, the
miniature,
minis.
like
Oh, okay. Then what are you complaining about? It's like a tiny piece of chocolate. Go to the fucking store.
yeah,
man.
seriously, get some better snacks.
Go to the store and get real snacks.
Also,
No.
the chocolate wafers of these are really good.
The
Sugar-free
diabetic
kind?
ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sugar-free.
diabetic.
They
ones?
have great flavors.
Who
Those.
wants another one?
I'm good for now.
I mean,
How do you like them, Joe?
I do. I'm going to keep them.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep them eating.
Yeah,
them.
now you got to go start getting more wafers too.
I
so-
will. Okay. Well, I'm glad that the sponsor worked out.
hey, thanks for thinking about that sponsor and bringing it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Grandma.
Damn it.
Really
Next-
appreciate you
next
going
week
to
we're gonna have
going to CVS and getting snacks.
Can't wait for the hard candies you're bringing.
What
next
the
week.
fuck?
Also, let's be clear: Ben does get groceries from CVS and Walgreens all the time.
I do. Yeah, that's where the Jack Daniels is.
He used to get Hostess white bread from Walgreens, which costs like $15 a loaf.
It's like $2.
No, it's not.
It
Hostess
can't
bread
be.
is the most expensive, and it's even more expensive at Walgreens. It's like a $6 loaf
It's
of bread.
not a $6 loaf of bread.
Go look. I'll bet you'll find.
I
it.
bet you it's like
you just
$2.
don't care because you're John D. Rockefeller.
No, I
over
bet you
here.
it's $2.99.
Not even close.
No way.
Most.
No, definitely not. Not at Walgreens and not Hostess.
All right, I'm gonna
bread.
go look.
People who aren't rich notice these things.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it
No,
up.
no,
You
the
don't even
rest of
care.
us.
Yeah, you just throw down your
Just
fucking
got a
poker
bunch of
chips.
What are
money.
you
and-
talking? I just went to the store to get bread.
Excuse me, do you take gold?
Oh, shut up, Mr. Patagonia hat. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It just always
It's not
goes
the
back
same
to
thing.
the Patagonia
Yeah.
hat that I got on Amazon
Yeah.
for like $12.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got.
you got it on a Patagonia hat, only $12. Bullshit.
Yeah, and probably on sale on Amazon because you know it's a good bargain when he sees
I do
it.
know. I only buy things on sale.
Mm.
Yeah.
Was your bread on sale?
I don't know why that sounded so personally attacking. Oh, bread on sale?
And you guys said the morning episode sucked.
They do.
No, all of our listeners are thinking that. Like, what are we doing here?
No,
Exactly. What the fuck?
they know exactly what we're talking about, though.
Joe. Well, never mind. He's got a snack in his. It's fine. That's okay there. Joe, what's the last movie you saw, buddy? This is where we get into the movies that we've seen, and I want to start with Joe so that these chucklebucks have time to think.
Well, last night I was hanging out with Brad and watched Steve Jobs, so that's literally the last movie I saw, like less than 10 hours ago.
Is that the one with Ashton Kutcher?
No, that's
No, God,
Jobs.
No.
Oh, fuck me! I'm so sorry.
I didn't say it in the way like you were dumb. I was just letting you know that that's not.
all three of you.
You asked a question, and I gave you the answer.
All three of you were so smarmy just then.
I mean,
fucking
Also,
idiot.
one is a real film. The other
I
is
just
the other is a
don't-
film because they noticed Ashton Kutcher kind of looks like Steve
And
Jobs.
if there's one thing to make fun of,
Holy
it's just like, why would anybody watch Jobs by choice?
Well, I do. So here's the thing: I couldn't remember which one's
I
called
know,
Jobs
I know,
which
and
one's
that's
called
and
Steve
that's
Jobs.
why I wasn't as big of a dick about it like everyone else was.
Jesus.
Sorry, Brad.
Jobs.
Sorry, Ben.
Also, I will say, Jobs is not terrible. It's just not anywhere near as good as Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Because this is directed by Danny Boyle and written by Aaron Sorkin, which makes a big difference.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, because it's really hard to follow along with the dialogue. I had to have Brad rewind it a lot of times.
Really?
Yeah, my brain doesn't go fast enough to watch
Oh yeah,
Aaron
no.
Sorkin films.
Yeah, Aaron Sorkin. Yeah, you definitely have to. It's going to be a lot of ping pongy.
I probably should have had you put the captions on. That might have been better, but I didn't.
What did you think?
We don't
of
ruin
it, though?
movies with captions.
Sorry,
We do though. I
man.
watch them with captions all
Well,
the time.
you do. It's because you're bad.
What? You all right there?
And I just had a little bit
Little
of
wafer come back up.
yeah. It's just sugar free.
Michael Fassbender's incredible in this film.
I
though.
love that guy.
Yeah, he's so good in this.
Yeah, he is very good in this. And how do I do banter on the podcast? I don't know what to say.
Are you asking how to talk?
You're correct. That is a correct statement.
Okay then. All right.
Did you
moving on.
like it?
I did. I think I told Brad at the end.
You know how you've seen a really good movie and you go,
Yeah, I wasn't.
No. What is it? You made a comparison.
I was comparing. Well, I don't know if you want it on the podcast. I compared it to that Netflix movie about.
In case you haven't noticed, we're not
Ted
really
Bundy.
discerning about the content.
yes,
Fair enough.
let's save only the gold.
I just don't want to be an idiot because I want you to invite me back
Again,
sometime.
Ben's on the
I'm
show
on the show.
every time.
I've been on the show for years, buddy. It's not. It's this is.
I compared it
Dumb
to.
House.
I compared it to what's it called? Brad?
Extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Which side note, I'm really bothered that that's the title because that's not actually the quote.
It's
but
the
it's
Ted
close.
Bundy movie with
It's the
Zac
Ted Bundy
Efron.
Oh, I know what it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why is this?
I was
like
telling other people.
Steve Jobs.
Because they're both character films, and the arc basically is following the character, but they use other relationships with the character to kind of drive the action. So there's not much of a plot, you know. It's about the character, and so then at the end, I kind of feel like that was a good movie, and also I feel differently than when I watch, you know, a movie that has lots of rising and falling action and like a resolution at the end. You know, it's like, oh man, that was so good. Like when I watched Accountant 2, it was so good. And there was lots of tension, and then it got the end. It's like, oh man, that was great. I didn't feel that with Steve Jobs, but I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
And Michael Fassbender was awesome.
It's a different kind of movie.
It's a different kind of movie. Yeah.
Is it a different kind of movie?
Steve Jobs?
I'm just playing along.
With what?
I don't know.
It's a different kind of movie.
Hey, there it is.
Why don't you ask good questions?
What kind of movie is it, Brad? It's a different kind of.
So I love Steve Jobs, particularly because I love any kind of film that can create a nuanced character. And Steve Jobs as a person was a very nuanced person, right?
Yeah.
He's a little bit kind of genius, and I think in this film even they use the quote where he talks about he's the conductor of the orchestra.
I play the orchestra.
Yeah. And he really was that, and that is, I think, I think some people roll their eyes at that, but that is an absolutely true and important role for people to have in an organization. But he's also a monster at some levels too.
Yeah, my
right?
goodness, I was
and because of his ambition, because of just a tinge of narcissism, right? And so
a tinge.
I really loved how Aaron Sorkin wrote this and Danny Boyle directed this, because I felt like I understood him very well after this film. But you're right, it's not like one of those films where it's like, oh, this should be up for every award that year. I think it was up for some awards, but it
was up for a lot of awards.
Really? But it wasn't like the greatest film I've seen. But I really enjoyed watching it, though.
I really enjoyed it because it was late, and I was like, let's watch half a movie, and we watched the rest of it.
I stopped when it was like after the second act point. I was like, do you want to keep going? And it was like, well, yeah, we have to, because there's great momentum.
I also think Seth Rogen does
that's a good way to put it. There was great momentum.
That's Aaron Sorkin, right? He just doesn't quit. But I also thought Seth Rogen was great in that.
I thought so too. Yeah, it was obviously a different character for him, right? Yep. And he did it well. I commented in the middle of the movie because it was so heavy. Mm-hmm. I was not like, he's a terrible dude.
Yep.
I was really,
treats people like shit.
He does. I was like, man, this is like got some Winter's Bone heaviness to it.
Yep.
Like
there were some times where I felt like Michael Fassbender hung out at LaPorte Seamless Gutter with Ben.
No, because here's the thing: this is why.
So
it's like the only thing I care about is like coming across as
I had to get you back in.
A good business.
You're over there drinking your coffee, checking your phone, got your hands in your pockets.
No, I had to.
That's kind of weird. Why do you have your hands in your pockets right now? You're sitting down.
It's just an awkward.
Anytime that somebody sits down with their hands in their pocket, I ask questions.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sitting in my usual seat. Over there.
You are though.
No, but he said he was.
But we always sit on the same couch together.
But this one's it's a different setup. It just feels
you are
different.
in the corner right now.
It just feels weird.
Yeah,
I'm getting used to it, so I got my hands in my pockets.
You know who to complain to?
Yeah, no, Ashley did a great job. I'm just getting used to it.
Mm.
I'll just move some around here.
Oh my god! Oh no, Jesus Christ!
Hold on.
Oh god!
No, just bear with me here.
Ben, how's the weather out there? It's very windy.
All right.
That's weirder now.
My hands aren't in my pockets
now you
anymore.
look like you're at a job interview.
I know.
I left my previous job, as you know. There was an incident, and
what's this felony charge?
Well, related to that incident, it wasn't my best day.
Yeah.
I thought that I could say that. And
no, sorry.
Felony.
Let me clarify.
It's a
this
felony charge.
This is the one that says you exposed yourself.
Right. I thought I could say that
at a school cafeteria.
I thought I could say that, and then when I took it out, by saying it, it made it okay.
Oh.
Hey everybody, it's time for the show. Not as funny as I thought it was going to be. We done with this bit? That sounds about right. All right. Yeah. Let's move on. Hey, Joe, what other movies have you seen lately, buddy? Anything fun?
Did I tell you about The Accountant too?
Yeah,
so good.
You really like The Accountant too?
I really like it.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh my goodness. The first one, fantastic. I was really skeptical because it's called The Accountant, and you see Ben Affleck, on the poster, and then somehow he's supposed to be able to shoot people and be good with weapons. Mm-hmm. I was like, how are they going to do this? And they did it, and it was really fantastic.
I like the first one a lot.
Yeah, I love the first one, and I like the character a lot. I relate to him because I'm kind of like a terrorist and a savant at the same time.
You're a terrorist savant.
Well, yeah. Well, I like to think of it as a savant
Joe,
terrorist.
How would you describe yourself?
A terrorist savant.
In this job interview, will you describe yourself on your resume as a terrorist savant? Can you go into that?
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen The Accountant 2?
We at Slash Film, we wrote a really fun article out of a joke that someone made in the Slack, where it was we asked an accountant how many people they've killed, and they asked us to leave their office. And we kind of wrote it like an Onion article or an AV Club article about going into the office and like trying to answer, like get them to answer about killing people.
How many people have you killed? Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
You guys have fun at work.
We
See?
like fun. Tell them about the other movie that you watched last night.
Oh my goodness. They came together.
Oh, Brad made you watch that one.
Oh.
No,
Oh.
he didn't. No. To be fair, he didn't because there's a poster, very large poster in his home with his quote.
Oh yeah, no,
You know?
he definitely points that out
No,
as
he
soon as
says
you walk in the
to
door.
everyone.
It's not even.
Yeah, he brings people over to that part of the hallway. Look at this quote that I have on the poster.
Would you haven't seen it? Oh well, we've got to cancel our dinner plans. We're gonna definitely sit here and watch that until you see why I said what I said about it.
I mean, to be fair, the quote was the reason he did want to watch
It's
it.
actually,
Yeah.
I know that you guys are very funny, but I'm a serious person.
Well, hold on. That's
so. It's okay. Well, you try to be very
Yeah,
funny,
there it
and
is.
you're very
There it is.
unserious.
There's the
No,
clarification
but
we
that is actually the reason that I wanted to watch it, because I was like, how can you call this movie? Is it like a romantic comedy? But why are you calling it brilliant? Like The Naked Gun and Airplane. He's like, you'll have to see. You'll have to see it to believe it.
And he did.
And I did.
Seeing is believing.
And he was so wrong, wasn't he?
no, it's so funny, and it really is so. It's oh my
It's-
goodness,
it's-
I was
it's
laughing
wacky.
hysterically. It's so wacky.
Yeah.
It is very. It's akin to The Naked Gun.
It's very hard to describe that film
It
to
is-
somebody
yeah.
who's never seen it.
What was the first part that you had to pause it because you were laughing?
Oh my word!
It's it's when they're starting to tell the story, and it's
at the dinner table?
yeah, and Bill Hader goes, "Hey, when you've been married as long as we have, taking a big stinky shit is better than sex."
I was rolling.
Yeah, and my mom hadn't seen that part, and so she was laughing a lot. She was,
Oh man.
That's David Wayne, correct?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
and Michael Showalter.
funny.
Was that the first movie poster, kind of the big movie poster that you had your?
Nah, you
quote
got on the big sick, didn't you?
That
was after.
yeah, that was after. I think they came together was
I forgot that they came together. Was that long ago then?
yeah,
Yes.
2014.
Yeah.
That was
Wow,
your
11
first
years
one,
ago.
I think. Cause
That was my first movie poster.
yeah, it was on
Yeah.
your DVD.
I had
movies.
it had been in trailers before, but that was my first movie poster. Yeah,
And your
now-
last.
No, that's not true. But and then the other part, which was I always love to see how people react to it. Is
Oh my
the-
goodness.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You can
well,
say
you
that
came here
again.
like that just
At
seeing
the-
how long it goes and how people like get quiet and then start laughing super hard again and
The cop at the end is one of the.
Oh, my God,
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever laughed harder in a film.
I had to rewind that
When
too
he gets
when he gets shot in the
It's
face.
just amazing. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's just point blank.
Point blank, and it's just so unexpected.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I remember laughing so hard at that.
Yeah.
it was
Also, just the mere appearance of Michael Shannon and how crazy he looks.
good. Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should totally see They Came Together, starring Paul Rudd. and
I was
Amy
surprised because I saw this in the Fandango app. It has a pretty decent score on Rotten Tomatoes, 70% for critics. The audience score is very low though, like 40%.
Because I don't get it.
Part of me wonders if a lot of people thought it was going to be a genuine romantic comedy
Oh.
with Paul Rudd and Amy Poehler, and they're
Right.
like, "What the fuck is this? This is stupid."
Or maybe the people that thought it was going to be a straight up slapstick, because it's not that really either. It's
Right.
It's a lot more nuanced than that. I mean, it's a weird movie.
Did you listen to Paul Rudd when he was on Amy Poehler's podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, they talk about this a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
but this film only made $80,000 at the box office.
Oh my what?
That's not true.
Yeah,
Where's that? Where does it say that?
on
$80,000.
Wikipedia,
Really?
Oh
Yep.
my goodness.
That's
Um,
shocking.
80,000 on a $3 million budget.
Dang.
It did not do well, and they mentioned it did not do well.
It did
Yeah.
not do well.
Well,
I mean, again, it's almost avant garde, filmmaking. It's not for anybody.
Well, it's.
You
I mean,
you can't really put it in a you can't pigeonhole this movie into it's a comedy, it's a romantic comedy, it's absurdist.
I mean, it's a spoof of a romantic
It's a spoof
comedy.
of
but,
that's
but it's
exactly-
not
yeah.
even. But it's not a straight up parody though, and so that's
no,
why it's
no,
hard.
it definitely is.
But it's not.
It is.
you think
I-
it is a Naked Gun type of
I
parody?
think it's a
It is.
Naked Gun
It is a
type
Naked
of
Gun-esque
parody.
parody of
Sure,
romantic
of
comedy.
romantic-
but
comedies.
it's so heightened though, and it's so
I think you're forgetting how heightened Naked Gun and Airplane are.
I'm telling you right now, there weren't enough because it's not constant.
I think the humor in this movie is a little more. It's a different kind of absurd.
It's more subtle.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're not hitting you in the face. Like Naked Gun hits you in the face constantly.
It's a parody in the same way that Wet Hot American Summer is a parody of like summer camp comedies.
Exactly. Yeah. And those are watchable movies that have funny parts in them, but it's not the Naked Gun and Airplane are hitting you with gags every 30 seconds. That's not what these
Well, they're
films are
also
doing.
specific gags, right?
Yeah.
So those spoof movies are specifically, but this one's not really doing that.
Yeah. I think that it also suffered too from coming at around a time too when like the spoof has kind of like fallen out of favor, largely because of movies like
9/11
Epic Movie and
because of 9/11
Disaster Movie and all those shitty ones that Friedberg and Seltzer did.
Exactly. It was just it was an assembly line for a long time.
And they were awful and like making like the lamest quote unquote timely pop culture references and just garbage.
But they kept the Wayans brothers in working, weren't they? In a lot of those,
not all of them. They did all the scary movies, and then they did
and Scary Movie. The first one is
I love the first
incredible.
one.
And actually, there's a lot of great moments in the other ones as well. There's just diminishing returns.
Yeah, 100%. Because then they also did they did Dance Flick, and then I think they did like a one that was like a Paranormal Activity one that was like a haunted house or something like that.
It literally called A Haunted House.
Yeah.
Joe, are you excited about the new Naked Gun film?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I am very excited. It's Liam Neeson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh man, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, I am very, very excited about this.
Are you excited about it, Nate?
Very, very excited. Yeah. We're also fans, obviously, of SNL and Lonely Island, and so that Akiva Schaffer's going to, I think he's the right person to take this film on.
Absolutely.
And
on the Lonely Island Seth Meyers podcast, there was recently an aside when Andy Samberg told Seth that he had just seen the most recent cut of it and was very favorable, obviously. So.
But they love each other very much, so I think they're pretty complimentary. Like they complement each other well. So I don't know if it's the most unbiased source.
Actually, man, it sucked. It sucked.
I mean,
bad.
they will say that about previous sketches, but they will also admit that there are funny things that they find very funny that other people don't. So, but yeah, I'm very, very excited about this. I think it's going to be really funny.
Yeah, and the Naked Gun, I finally saw the trailer in theaters, and it plays very well, especially the last joke, the O.J. Simpson joke.
That's great.
Yeah, I think people are going to be excited about it.
What's the last movie you saw, buddy?
Well, I saw Steve Jobs.
Yeah, oh yeah. Is that the one with Ashton Kutcher?
I saw They Came Together.
Yeah, no, I heard that's a pretty good comedy.
And that's it.
Nate, how about? Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So I watched Final Destination: Bloodlines in theaters, which is the
better than Mission Impossible.
I enjoyed myself.
Man.
I enjoyed myself during Final Destination: Bloodlines more than I did Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which I also saw in theaters.
I am now super excited to see Final Destination.
It's so much fun.
I keep hearing from everybody who's seen it that it's really fun.
Not only is it fun, it's probably the best movie in the franchise, honestly.
Oh, is that a high bar?
Well, I mean, yes and no.
The first one is really good.
First one's very good. If you haven't seen Final Destination 5, it has a shocking turn that I won't ruin, but it will blow your mind if it happens. So if you haven't watched the franchise and you watch all of them, just avoid finding out about things about Final Destination 5 because it's like a what? Oh my god! It's very cool.
None of the people actually died.
It was all a dream in Freddy Krueger's head.
But no, it's a lot of fun. The best thing about these movies are the creative ways that people die and the tension that builds up, and you're just like, ugh. And there's a lot of things where I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. But yeah, lots of fun. And as for Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, yes, unfortunately, I was supremely disappointed in this movie. It's not a bad movie, I wouldn't say, but it's just as a franchise finale and as a Mission Impossible movie, it's first of all, it's too long. It's almost 3 hours long.
Oh my gosh!
The first hour is surprisingly boring. Like there's a couple like quick action sequences, but like there's way too much exposition that it's just like what are we doing here?
And is it like self-aggrandizing? Is it just they're just patting themselves on the bed, taking a victory lap? Is that what it is?
No, they're so
like, are they using that first hour to give people their due?
Like,
and
let's
like,
go make $1 billion.
Some of it, yes, because they do utilize like flashes back to the previous movies for like kind of like a tribute in a way.
Sure.
And it does feel kind of clumsy. But on top of that, there's also two things that they introduce and reveal in this movie that tie back to previous movies that are retcons essentially. And
Howard the Duck.
and they just don't work for me. They feel forced and unnecessary. I think it would have been better if they figured out a way to make both of them more meaningful or significant, but it just doesn't make sense. But there's two standout sequences that are very good, very well done. That Tom Cruise doing what he does best with action and stunts and creating suspense and everything. But it's just not enough to save the rest of the movie.
Sure.
It's very messy. The story, I think the problem kind of starts in Dead Reckoning because that's when it starts to feel too big because of the entity being the enemy, and then making Gabriel essentially the mouth of the entity to give Ethan someone to actually square off with, as opposed to a computer that makes.
Is that how computers talk?
That's how the entity talks. But it gets way too big, and it's like Mission Impossible movies have high stakes, but this is just like it feels way too much.
But it is that big. Do you know anything about AI? Like, it is actually that big in real life.
He doesn't know anything about it.
What is it?
Jeez, it's an acronym for artificial intelligence.
Oh, I thought it was someone's name.
AI.
Yeah. No. Wow.
wait, is their name I and you say
AI?
Yeah.
Want to go there?
It's actually it's like a Russian guy.
That's
That's Russian?
This is not Russian.
You know.
That's constipation is what that
It's
is.
me, Waluigi.
But yeah, so I was, and I love this franchise, so it was a real bummer to like walk away disappointed.
Should I see it in the theaters?
I don't know. Do you want to waste your time?
Oh my God! Go see Final Destination Bloodlines.
There are better
And
films
then-
Do I have
theaters
to? Do I have to
Yeah.
see Final Destination 5 before I see Final Destination? I've
No.
only seen like the first.
No, honestly,
two.
you could enjoy this Final Destination movie and not have to have seen the previous one. There's one thing you won't fully appreciate that happens in it, but you don't need to have seen the previous movies to enjoy this
Okay.
one.
All
Okay.
right. I like it.
Better than Sinners, for crying out
No,
loud.
he's joking. Make that clear. I also saw One of Them Days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is a comedy with Keke Palmer and SZA. It's available on Netflix now.
I like Keke Palmer a lot.
She's very funny, and she's very funny in this. This is basically like a girl version of Friday.
Okay.
yeah.
It's not quite as like hilarious as it seemed like some people were making out to
Well,
be.
the trailer is great.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot.
No, it's a solid trailer, and it did. That's what made me want to see it, even though I missed it in theater. I was just like, oh yeah, I'll give that a shot. And there's definitely some good comedy in it, and it's a solid. It feels like a '90s comedy, honestly, like a Dumb and Dumber or like a Friday, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. They're a great pair together, and there's some good bits in it. But yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Anything else?
I watched Havoc finally.
Oh, what'd you think?
I thought it was fine.
That's the thing. I watched it and it was like, okay, I see you're shooting it very specific to like it's very dark and it's very very moody.
It's really weird.
But
It almost
the CG. And
yeah.
everything, it was just too off-putting.
There's a few weird CG shots that like I don't know
It's
why.
almost like Uncanny Valley. Like it was just almost too fake.
It was like it had the almost visual style of a John Wick
Almost.
with the artificial visual style of Sin City, but it landed in the middle, and so it didn't really do anything.
Exactly. It was just like
like go one way or the other.
Murky to be murky.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that a X-Men spin-off movie?
Murky to be murky?
No, Havoc.
Oh no!
Oh, darn it.
But it's a
I
good,
like that
it's a
character.
good deep cut Marvel comic
Nice,
reference
yeah.
for sure. But yeah,
They'll edit that out later.
we won't.
No, we won't.
Tom Hardy's.
You sit in that decision. Not your first rodeo, motherfucker. Welcome to the show, bitch.
That's my third podcast.
Welcome to the show, bitch. Tom Hardy's good in it.
Yeah.
There's some good action set pieces, but for coming from the director of The Raid and The Raid 2, I was just like, I wanted more.
Yeah.
So
And I think that the Raid and the Raid 2 were definitely more practical. Like there was just so much more up
the
close.
action is still practical.
Yeah, but like they surround it in a world that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait, so
100%.
what is this movie then?
Oh yeah, so that's a good point. So Havoc is
It's just don't worry about it.
He was
Don't worry
in
about it.
earnest asking about
Yeah.
the Marvel thing because he just didn't really know.
I was
It
so
wasn't
excited.
It wasn't a joke.
so Havoc is an action thriller
So
on
is Colossus
Netflix?
in it, or-
It's
on Netflix, directed by Gareth
That's
Evans,
all I need to know.
who directed The Raid and The Raid 2, starring Tom Hardy. And it's just your average crime thriller. I will say the one thing that I think was cool, and this is because this is what they did in The Raid and The Raid Redemption, essentially, even though it had more combat action, I think. the gun violence in this is even more intense and
Yeah, oh, yeah.
bloody than even John Wick.
Yeah.
Because like
Whoa.
It's really over the top.
when they shoot people, they shoot them like 12 times at least.
Yeah.
Like they're not coming back.
Like,
Yeah, no.
It's havoc.
this is turned into like a zombie apocalypse movie. It's like, well, we got to make sure they're not going to come back from the dead.
Yeah, like if you're ever worried, like, oh, he's probably not dead. It's like, no, they're dead.
No, he's definitely dead.
Yeah,
He took a shotgun to the sternum 11 times.
Yeah.
Well, with the John Wick suit, right?
That's
can't-
the thing.
You can't
Yeah.
know for sure.
So yeah, I thought it was just fine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And now,
And now, for something completely different.
That's what I felt like he was going. And now,
I thought he was going to bring him, and now bring him down the stairs. Bring him down. Jesus Christ.
This week, I am the Ben because
Oh,
I forgot.
no.
I forgot to watch my assignment. I didn't choose to, like Ben did when he watched 2 Garfield movies instead.
Come on, man. I didn't watch,
But
I didn't watch 2.
There's 2 Garfield movies.
but I forgot.
And by the way, I didn't watch 2. I watched the 1.
Well, you downloaded 2, and that's bad
I did.
enough.
I downloaded 2.
hey, you forgot to watch my film that I gave you,
Yes.
Ben.
I watched The Spectacular Now, but I forgot to watch your movie again. So it's actually...
So Nate, we're sorry.
we're sorry. I haven't watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame with the boys, and Brad did not watch...
I was supposed to watch Reality Bites, and I forgot.
Which is a fun film.
It was.
No, you don't know that.
I've heard. It sounds great.
I love how Nate is so diplomatic, but he's like, he's like, "Fuck you! You don't know if it's good.
No,
You
this
didn't
was
watch it."
This, from what I understand, this is
Oh, don't even.
Wait,
Don't even. No. From what I understand,
this is a good movie.
Hey,
Starring Ben Stiller.
This is all coming together. Last night in our texts, Brad is like, "Hey guys, do you just want to take the day off?"
Oh, that's right.
That's funny.
Now it's all coming together because
You guys
were-
sure? You sure you don't want to
That's
do it for a day?
And Brad never suggests, does he, Ben? He never
No,
suggests we
he's
take a week
all,
off.
He always, hey guys, we really need to
yeah,
record this week.
we got to keep consistent. We got to do all these
I
things.
did out of courtesy because we had to change like some plans. We weren't sure what was going to happen.
Tell me, how much was it because you did not watch your film? Was a part of like, guys, if we want to take a day off, it's fine.
I didn't realize at that point that I had forgotten to watch my assignment, so that really wasn't a motivating factor. But it would have worked out perfectly.
See, here's the thing: I had to get up super early to watch mine because I forgot, and I
well,
woke
but
up.
you're already in a bad position because if you would have forgotten 2 weeks in a row, we would have
yeah.
kicked you in your
No.
nuts.
And I anticipated because I'm pretty sure Hunchback of Notre Dame or whatever is a smaller runtime. So I actually thought about watching that one instead of Spectacular
Wow.
Now because it was so early. But I ended up watching Spectacular Now.
Okay. Well, I'm done with movies. So Ben, what did you watch?
Well, the last movie I saw was The Spectacular Now with
Yeah.
Miles Teller and how do you pronounce her name?
Shailene
Woodley.
Shalene.
Is this how you just?
Shalene.
Is this how you like? Brad loves coming of age movies so much.
I do.
He loves them so much.
It's because he hasn't come of age. yet.
Exactly, and I think he's got a bit of Arrested Development,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
he still wants to believe that he's
Fuck
this
you.
17-year-old kid.
I'm sorry that I still look young.
No, but
I still live life like I love it.
I think this was very.
Sorry, I
pointed.
haven't given up.
I think this was very pointed that you gave me this film.
Oh, you know, it's,
I think it's very pointed because I know no. Let me
I
talk.
figured,
Let me
I
talk.
figured you would have.
Fuck you. First of all, fuck you.
I knew something about
Because
this was going to come out.
this movie is like if Ferris Bueller was depressed
And alcoholic.
and an alcoholic.
Man.
like Ferris Bueller's the fuck around, and Miles Teller is or Sutter is like the find out. And I feel like you gave me the find out version, but like this is you. This is what you are.
Here's the thing.
And then when the movie ends and they just get back together, but they don't, and it's like, oh, this is fucking sad. Everything's just sad.
Let's be clear, though. If it was going to be pointed, I'd have given it to you years ago.
Fucker. Yeah, he's the world doesn't want this guy, and he's like just all sad about it. And
We're trying to inception a couple things before the real interventions happen.
So tell people what this movie is about, because it is a lower key indie release that maybe
yeah,
people didn't
no,
see.
I mean it is a coming of age, but like it's like Miles Teller plays a guy that he's got a tough upbringing. Like his parents are not great. I mean, the whole point of this film, I kept saying, like from the get though, I kept thinking about it in terms of like my life.
Sounds like a you problem.
I just kept thinking, so like he.
Ben's just sobbing on the couch as he's watching this.
Did his parents own a gutter business?
They were very demanding. I have to pee. I almost just pissed myself. I'm not joking. I almost just peed for real.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
So you identified with Sutter.
No, no. He's Sutter has a drinking problem in high school, which is basically.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
So this is a romantic comedy kind of.
It's a
dramedy.
Yeah. It's an indie romance.
Yeah. So basically, drunk guy falls asleep on a lawn after a breakup and is met by an innocent girl who is full of possibilities for the future, and it's that's their like meet cute or whatever, and it's red flag city for her, but she, I don't know, maybe wants to fix something that's broken type thing. I don't know.
Don't we all like to save the bad boys?
Yeah. It's definitely classic. She thinks she can fix him kind of thing.
And so it's when the drinking problem like that is, it's fun until it's not, right? So like there's
Tell me more.
I mean the title of the movie is apt, right? He lives in the spectacular now.
Yeah.
Like everything that he does, it's very fair.
Yeah.
Like there's comparisons to Ferris Bueller. Like it's a very much, but when Ferris Bueller is the version of this where it's fun and he gets off with that, he gets away
he's
with
not
it.
an alcoholic.
Well, exactly. It's the fun version of
just
that.
The youthful,
he controls the universe, whereas in this movie he's being controlled by his demons. You know, it's an absentee father. It's a emotionally distant mom. And then when he meets his dad, it doesn't go well. And then he again, it's ups and then it's downward spiral and then it's ups and it's the life of what would be a teenage alcoholic. It ends not with a bang, but with just they're kind of starting over. Maybe, I don't know. It's a very indie ending to a film.
Yeah, very very open ended, and you're like, it could go either way, and like just
it was good. You can see Miles Teller is a very talented. I mean, everybody in this film is very talented. It's something I'll never watch again. I'm glad that I saw it, but you just got to stop giving me all these coming of age movies.
No, I'm going to give you these because you won't otherwise go out of your way to see them, and they are good stories with great performances. Like these are the movies that I see at Sundance, and I love at Sundance, and more people should have seen them.
He only wants to see Vin Diesel films. You know this.
A Man Apart is the best coming of age movie you can see.
Well, there's no arguments here.
I also watched a movie called The Money Pit.
Oh, that's so funny.
So you
love that movie.
You watched 2 movies.
I did. Yeah, I did. I actually watched a third as well that I'll get into. I just forgot.
And one of them wasn't Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It was not.
It's not a bad film. I don't understand why you don't.
I haven't watched it with the boys. That's all.
Was the third movie the other Garfield movie?
It was. It was A Tale of Two Kitties, and I skipped over the first one.
So is this like the 1986 film?
This is Shelley Long and Tom Hanks, and they buy a house in like an hour outside the city for $200,000, and it's evidently $1 million property. But it's it's crazy. This movie's insane.
No,
Feel a little on the nose on this one too.
Teenage alcoholic, and now a house is just a money pit. You're just dumping it. No, this movie is. I've seen this, but it's been forever.
I don't think I have.
It's
fun.
Insanity, and it's not just insanity because of like, oh, the house is falling apart, and they move in and like the bathtub falls through the floor, and those are all the big gags you remember. But some of the weirder stuff is like he's evidently an entertainment lawyer, and his father, scammed a bunch of these people and like left, but I guess the narrative is the son's actually a good guy.
Yeah.
So none of the clients have left the firm. They're all just like, oh, we're sorry your dad scammed us, but we're still your clients, but you owe us all the money that he took from us. So that's why he's broke as a really, respected lawyer. And so she's in the symphony, and her ex-lover is a guy named Max, who's the conductor and also just a piece of shit egoist. And the whole movie would be fine if it's just them getting on edge about each other because of the house, right?
Yeah.
But that's not it. The house isn't the thing that makes them crazy. It's that she cheats on him with the conductor.
Oh, dang.
Although, to be fair, it is partially because of the house.
So the stresses of the house eventually break them down. But if the cheating stuff never happens, they both have this incredibly positive attitude throughout the entire film about the house. Everything that goes wrong. I mean, horrible things go wrong. But we've got each other. And then about 2/3 through the film, she fucks the guy. And then of course, the wheels come off because he's like, you whore. And they really get into it. It's like, what happened? But here's the twist. Come to find out, he was lying. She got really drunk and they didn't have sex. And so that's the twist. It's like you actually didn't whore it out, and now it's fine. And so they did. They got back together, and it's all fine.
Yeah.
Now Gene Siskel said that this film is miserable and an abject failure.
It's horrible.
Did you not like it?
Oh, it was bad.
I don't think the movie is bad.
Oh,
it's
it's
just
bad.
I
It's
think
bad.
it's just has weird it has tonal issues. I think
It's bad.
because it could have
It's
been
not good.
I do think it's the kind of thing that's kind of would be ripe for a remake.
Oh,
if you do it,
100%.
if you do it right.
There
It
are
is a
so many
remake
things.
of a film, by the way. You know that?
What?
It is a remake of
Oh,
a
is it?
film. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
it's ripe though, Brad. You're exactly
Yeah.
right. This would be a perfect thing because you can get away with. So like the whole running gag is the contractors are like, how long is it going to take to fix this? 2 weeks. They say 2 weeks every single time,
Yeah.
and it's a big running gag. But the cast of characters that are in this house that are remodeling it are insane. Body by Jake, the
Yeah.
bodybuilder guy, just plays a painter, and he's like they're very interested in the love life of everybody's going. And then Ashley mentioned, because we watched it together, she goes, "What is going on with the lighting?" Because they shot a lot of this on sound stages, and there's a lamp that's on, and it's full on casting a shadow, like studio lighting,
man.
and they turn it off. And like the whole set goes dark,
Yeah.
and that's not from that lamp. I mean, it's just so easy to see. It was just there's a lot of that going on here. It was just weird.
Yeah,
Just a weird
I
film.
could see them redoing it, and because you could have a lot of great physical comedy stuff in it, but then if you make a meaningful relationship at the center of it, there's a good way to do it.
And another one that's probably right for a remake is a movie that just came out called Fountain of Youth,
Oh,
because it's fucking terrible.
from what I understand, it's basically just Guy Ritchie's poor man's ripoff of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but worse because nothing happens. Like this is the most boring action film I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh boy!
This is like Uncharted territory.
And by that you mean
The movie Uncharted. Exactly. This Uncharted was terrible, and this is. I think that Uncharted might be better.
Oh,
It probably is.
There's just no I've never seen two actors, Natalie Portman and John Krasinski, who I like more, do worse work. And John Krasinski's trying very hard to be like his life's being threatened, and he's like, "Come on, you like me." He's trying so hard to be that guy. It's just
Is he trying to be Ryan Reynolds?
Not necessarily. Well, a little bit, but it's more like if Indiana Jones and Ryan Reynolds had a baby. He's trying to do that kind of thing. And Guy Ritchie doesn't know how to direct people into having charisma. It's more like, these people that he's been lucky enough to work with over the years have had natural charisma, and he's a very good action director. So there's a couple stunt scenes that are pretty fun, but by and large, I'm like, I don't care because the characters, I don't care about them at all.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it's not really because Natalie Portman or John Krasinski are bad actors. They're just working with nothing here.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking farcical.
I'm a little surprised because the writer of this film is the same one that wrote Murder Mystery 2.
And we got a bingo. Yeah, no, this is not good at all. Please avoid this.
That's really sad because I was just telling Brad how much I love Guy Ritchie.
I thought you were going to say, I was just telling Brad how much I love The Fountain of Youth, which is a movie that I forgot to talk about.
no, Joe.
Joe and I are going to fight in the parking lot.
So I made we went through my movie library and we made a list for Joe of movies that he hasn't seen because
This is like the 15th person
Yeah.
who's done this with.
people like it.
I don't know that they do. I think you like it.
Joe
I asked him to do it.
How many
my
people
God.
come back over after you do that?
Joe has.
I'm the only one.
But no, so he's been working through a lot of movies that he's missed over the years because he's busy with his job and with his family and stuff, and so he just hasn't watched a lot of stuff that he should have seen. So
I
he's
quit
been-
my job and I killed my family.
So
What else are you supposed to do when you're on the lam? You catch
Exactly.
up on good old Brad Oman's movie list.
Exactly.
that's what I'm gonna start giving my service out to. Is are you on the run? Do you need movies to watch?
And he writes it down on paper so you can stay off the grid.
This is why physical media is everything. You don't need to download anything. You just have a copy of the Blu-ray
Now
with you.
you
You
get
say
it.
that in a ridiculous voice, but that's
That's
exactly what he would do.
Exactly.
So he's been.
If there was a
boy.
fire
Here we
and
go.
Brad had to leave his house, his suitcase would be full of fucking Blu-rays.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Hold on, let's be clear. They're not going in a suitcase. They're getting packed up in the boxes that are ready for them to go.
He's got go boxes for his Blu-rays.
Do you say Gozer first or the Blu-rays?
Gozer, of course. 'Cause
He just opens the door and Gozer goes out, and then
Yeah.
he can do. Yeah.
But also, Gozer's getting up there. So, sorry, buddy, it's your time.
Blu-rays
Some of these movies are hard to find.
Well, I'm sorry, Gozer. That's Criterion Collection. Okay.
He just goes.
He understands.
But no, so he's been one of the movies that I haven't watched yet. I received it and I haven't watched it. Is Guy Ritchie's The Covenant. And so he's been like, let's watch The Covenant. And I was like, I don't think it's one like we need to like go out of our way to like watch right now. And then but he like loves Guy Ritchie movies.
But no, so I'm sorry to burst your bubble on this one. Maybe you'll have a different opinion about it. But
I mean, I really liked Uncharted, so.
Well, then it's right up your alley. It's good. It's good.
I would say I think it's
They
fair
don't
to-
know if I'm joking or not.
I'm waiting.
No.
Wait
to be fair, I don't know if you're joking because like you are somewhat easy to please when
I
it comes
am.
to
No,
action
I really
movies.
am. Actually,
So you
yeah.
and I are both easy to please when it comes to action movies.
Okay.
Like I'm not joking. If it's a revenge plot, I'm in. Like I will
Totally.
definitely watch that.
Yep.
I was telling somebody about Ben the other day,
Oh come on, man!
and
My simple friend Ben.
and I'm like, Arnold Schwarzenegger is his favorite actor, and they started laughing. I said, no, I'm absolutely serious.
And I can,
favorite
but
actor.
by like the data, I can prove that he's a good actor. He's.
I
absolutely
I
good
know
actor.
you'll try.
I mean, just watch.
Like-
I know you'll try. Oh, that was well played.
He's an excellent actor.
Just watch Junior.
I will say I think it's unfair to
My
like
nipples are very sensitive.
use that as the only way to describe his movie taste because that makes him sound like he's like a meathead dummy. But he has pretty good discerning movie taste for the most part.
Why are you sticking up for him right now?
I don't know.
I thought you didn't do it on this podcast.
Yeah, it's a really weird thing right now. I don't know. What to do with
I'm
it.
going through a lot. Right?
Are you waiting for his punchline? I'm like, I don't know.
No,
where
I'm
the
not
punchline is.
because underneath it all, he actually does respect me. Unlike you, Nate.
No, I love you, but I don't respect you.
Oh, there it is.
Here's the thing. He'll pick stupid things to watch, but he does own it at least, you know?
So to that end, we watched. Previously we watched The Beekeeper, and we thought,
Yep.
okay, that's a really silly, fun Jason Statham movie.
It was great.
I'm a
And
fan.
So then I watched A Working Man, and I was like, oh, that sucks. Like
Yeah,
it
not great.
was trying to be The Beekeeper, and it
Yeah.
failed. So he did a movie in 2013 called Homefront. Which is very similar to like The Beekeeper and all that stuff, but it's 13 years ago now.
I've heard it's decent though.
It's actually good. Well, decent.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, Jason Statham does Homefront. It's I believe 2014 or 2012, whatever. 2013. James Franco is the bad guy. Winona Ryder is like the ex-meth head biker chick, whatever. Statham has long hair as an undercover DEA agent, which hilarious. Absolute magnificent wig. And by that I mean that's the worst thing I've ever seen. It looks like something literally died on his head. It was so funny. But the little girl is a pretty convincing little actress, and everybody in this film is doing their job, right? It's Beekeeper. It's a prequel to that's how it feels. He's ex-DEA, but he's a badass, ex whatever. The sheriff in this film. Will you look up the sheriff in this film? Because
What's it called again?
Homefront. You've seen this guy in everything. It's the voice of Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob.
Oh, I don't remember his name though.
Sorry.
It is Frank Grillo.
Nope.
No.
Frank Grillo's in it as well. He's
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
That's the guy.
So he's a character actor. He
Yeah.
plays the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
That kind of understands that.
Yeah, he's in a ton of things too. I know.
Oh,
I know
gosh.
exactly what you're talking about. Where it's like that guy.
He's
in.
like he's the epitome of a character actor.
Exactly, yeah.
He shows up and he's like he plays the sheriff, so he knows what's going on in town, and he's like, so what's your story, sir? Are you ex-military? This and that? I'd call that need to know. Those are the lines in this film, and he's like, I've got my eye on you, like just shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fun, right? I had a good time with it.
Okay.
Is it a Guy Ritchie film?
No.
I would just the only reason I bring that up is because like that is the kind of movie I'm drawn to. Where I'm
Totally.
like, if it's it's a guy just trying to live his life, raise his family after a DEA bust gone wrong.
Yeah.
And then he gets found out and he has to fight his way through it.
Ben
That-
likes to
That
live
is-
vicariously
that is
through Jason
porn
Statham.
for Ben.
Yeah.
Yes.
so if his coming of
Is
age,
that why his hands are in his pockets?
yeah, his coming of age stuff, that's my revenge stuff. Like
Yeah,
someday
totally.
I'll be a badass and have to take vengeance on my family.
Greatest Jason Statham film, I still say his greatest performance,
The Transporter.
Spy.
I've
He's
never
very
seen
good in
it.
Spy.
He's great in
Spy?
Spy, yeah.
He's so
That's
good.
such an above average. That's a
It
film
is-
that you go on
it's-
paper
it's
that should
genuinely
not
one
be
of my
good.
favorite comedies.
Shouldn't be a good movie.
love
Wait, it's a
Spy.
comedy?
It is
Yeah.
it is an action comedy where Melissa McCarthy plays a CIA analyst who is forced to go into the field, and Jason Statham plays basically who James Bond would be, like the good spy.
Yeah.
And
He's hilarious.
yeah, it's very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an under the radar watch for sure.
Okay.
Because
It's
she
one
had a
those, if
bunch of
it's
these.
on, I watch it. It's
She had a bunch of those, for a while there, where it was Identity
Heat
Thief and
and-
Heat,
yeah.
and she was just
The
in
Heat,
everything.
another one, great one.
And I was
love
like,
The
all right.
Heat. That was kind of, she was really really doing some good stuff there. Melissa McCarthy.
I don't think that you have been formally introduced to Melissa McCarthy movies yet, because Bridesmaids, I know, is on your list.
I saw that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, no, yeah, that was very funny.
Yeah, so Melissa McCarthy, she's
done some really duds, but when she has a good script and like they know what she can do really well, she's just a fantastic comedic actress.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Nate, what's the last movie you saw?
I didn't watch my film this week.
That's bullshit.
I know.
No,
you
he
guys
did
know
it.
I
No,
did.
He's a
know
good
I
boy.
did. So our listeners probably know this. We've talked about this a lot, that Ben has a problem.
Can you be more specific?
You're going to need to be a lot more specific.
So it was a couple years ago.
Oh, my God.
I got a call
Oh
from
my
a good
God.
friend of mine who's a police officer, and they're like, "Hey, we know that you're very close to Ben Conowitz." I'm like, "Yeah, he's a good buddy of
Where
mine.
is this going?
I like Ben Conowitz." I said, "He's got a good heart. You got to look behind some of the stuff on the surface."
Well, let's be clear. He has an okay heart.
Yeah, no, there's some problems with my heart.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you got to get got to get beyond a little bit of what you see on the exterior to get down to that heart level. Like, and there's some good things in there. And they're like, well, we caught him looking in the windows of his neighbors. And then there was a bunch of stories that came out. They're like, the LaPorte LaPeeper is out, looking at people.
The what?
LaPorte
The LaPorte LaPeeper?
La Peeper. It's French.
Yeah. No, because you remember
I think
the,
it's
the
lay
headlines,
peepers
the
then.
LaPorte LaPeeper, Ben Conowitz.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, oh, that like, we did a lot of therapy. We did a lot of work with Ben. And I don't think he looks in a lot of windows now.
Oh, my God. Where
But
is this coming? What?
He did give me a film.
Oh, God, because the film they gave you,
Yeah.
this is a big
Called Rear
workup.
Window.
It's a Hitchcock film called Rear Window. It's one of the most famous movies of all time, and that's how you backed up into it with that?
About a guy that looks in the windows of his neighbors.
'Cause
and
he's got
then
a broken
I
leg.
understood why.
Oh, my gosh.
It's so this is a Alfred
How many
Hitchcock film.
how many Hitchcock films have you seen? Have you seen
Probably
a lot?
two, maybe. Like
So you've
not
seen,
a ton.
like the birds.
Yeah,
and this?
exactly. Yeah, like the two big ones.
All right. So talk me through this?
So Rear Window is a film starring Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. Just beautiful. I mean, like, I get it. I get why she is known as like just classically one of the most beautiful people ever. Because when you watch her, just flawless. But this is a film about a guy, like you said, has a broken leg. He's stuck in his house and he's just watching out his window. And what happens when you see there is someone that perhaps might be committing a crime, right? You might see someone that also is depressed. Are they going to end their life, right? And the film is about this. But then, like, essentially, it just plays this Cary Grant, Grace Kelly, and I don't know who the other actress is that is she the house cleaner or something like that? Or
it's been a minute.
nurse, I think nurse. And, essentially, it's is this guy... Actually, did he kill his wife? We don't see his wife anymore. We don't know what's going on, and it's
So it's the paranoia of
exactly.
being
It's a not a whodunit, because if anybody did it, this guy did it. But I guess I don't know.
Did he
do it?
Did he
right?
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Well, Diddy did it.
Oh, no.
Did he-
He's definitely on trial.
Oh, that's where we're going with this.
Brad, has other opinions.
Yeah, it's
about
true.
that,
Brad is a
but,
big defender.
Look, a party's a party.
Avid baby oil user, Bradford Oman.
Yeah. You use baby oil and tell me that's not a game changer.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So this film moves. It's really a lot of fun. And I know a lot of people are probably like me, and you're like, I like old TV shows a lot, but sometimes with old films they can just
drag.
seem
Yeah.
a little bit long. But this is not one of those. It moves. It's very, very interesting.
Brad and I watched in 2016 the last movie that I watched that year, because it was the year I tried to watch 366 movies I'd never seen before, and I did it, and it was like December 31st, and you came over, and do you remember the movie we watched?
Yeah, we watched Seven Samurai.
And Kurosawa, right? One of the all-time greats.
Yep.
And I remember thinking, for its time, this would have been amazing, but I'm so bored. Like, I just remember being like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it from a historical context, but
I was never
really...
I was never bored, but
It just a drag.
It is a slower movie
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is not. This is a lot of fun. If you get a chance to see Rear Window, you should definitely do it. Great direction. Cary Grant, obviously, fantastic. And I won't give you the plot. There is one scene though. The one special effects scene in this that you grow very appreciative for what we have now accomplished.
How far we've come.
In computers, yes. The scene where at the end where he
Looks in the rear window.
and then he dies. No,
Godzilla shows up.
he
Is that a cat?
he goes out the window.
Yeah.
The scene where he falls out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's, it was 1950, whatever.
yeah, exactly.
What do you want?
But you're watching him going, oh, I bet that was fun to film.
Because they actually threw Cary Grant out the window.
Well, they broke his leg.
Yeah.
To make him,
They did the reverse. Yeah, so that's how they
They threw him out the window first.
So
Wait, so are you thinking that the guy with the broken leg killed his wife, or the guy he's observing?
no, so he's observing a bunch of. It's kind of like he's observing a bunch of different stories, but
Yeah.
then they latch on. The plot latches on to this one. Is this guy? His wife is no longer there. There's a lot of like weird things that are happening. You see,
Because
these
for those of
things
you
that are
that-
happening at night, and he's watching it. He's going, "What is that now?"
For those of you that don't
what is
know,
that now?
This
Like,
film is just him looking out at an apartment building,
That's
basically
it.
watching the different channels that are on, but they're just different.
It's
they're
pretty
different
much
apartments.
just set
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that.
And
Yep.
so like, what's over? And he's got his binoculars and he's looking, and then he sees what he thinks is a murder.
Yeah.
And so now he's all just wrapped up in that, and
Okay.
his mind starts going like, no, it's a very good psychological thriller. One of the first like really really good ones.
it's a mystery.
yeah.
So it's pretty good.
No.
I also started watching another show
We don't have time for this.
on Apple
We don't
Good.
do TV.
called Murderbot.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen this yet?
No, but Ben did. You watched the first
Yeah,
episode?
I watched the first episode.
What do you think?
I'm not doing this.
What do you think?
He's really adamant.
I kind of liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Skarsgård is really good.
No, I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's a comedy commentary kind of.
Satire?
Not really satire,
Comedy commentary.
but it's
Brad, it's
about
a
the human
comedy
condition.
commentary about the human condition, and it's a coming of age as a robot,
Oh, okay.
kind of.
It is. I don't know how else to describe it.
It
Honestly,
really is.
And so like this murder bot, this robot.
They're calling the humans are calling them murder bots.
Yep.
But he breaks away from his AI or whatever, and he becomes sentient.
Yep.
And then but has to kind of fake it, because like he doesn't want anybody to know he can think for himself.
But
Whoa,
loves humanity.
He loves humanity.
but also kind of confused by it as well. And so
Why would they do that?
there's
Kind of stuff,
this
right?
kind of there's this fun meta narrative and meta commentary about the human condition and
through the eyes of somebody who like a fully formed human who has just woken up and be like, why do people act like this?
what is
almost?
going on.
But
Like,
so again, and I can't believe I'm talking about TV, but I will say, all this happens in the first episode. So I was thinking they were going to drag it out a little bit before he becomes sentient or whatever, but they don't at all. It's like right off the bat, he's trying to figure out the world. So I wonder where they're going to go.
yeah, I only saw the first episode too, but I really liked it. I'm looking forward to seeing where this series goes. Alexander Skarsgård is really great in this. Just a lot of fun. So if you have Apple TV, maybe worth a watch for you as well.
Okay.
Turns out there's only one episode. That's it.
That's it.
That's the whole thing.
Murderbot ends.
Ben, you want to bring us into the trailer section of the podcast?
Yeah. Well, I like I like Joe's hat. So we can trailers and trailers and trailers, trailers and trailers and trailers, trailers of Ben and Brad and Joe Mazur.
Wow.
I'm freaking in the room.
Yeah, Nate's right there.
Well, no, the coasters say differently.
So you went off the coaster?
I did. I was looking at the coasters. Joe's wearing a sombrero right now that he found that my kids play with in the basement.
I'm in the
It gives me
room.
confidence.
So I did the Mexican hat dance because
Do
of
your
it.
kids do the accent?
What accent? I didn't do an accent.
I know, but
I don't
when they wear the
know.
sombrero, do they do
No,
it?
why would they do an accent? We raised them right in this household.
We know you raised them to be right.
No, the kids don't do an accent, you idiot.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just a hat, man.
Yeah, but it's a Mexican hat.
It is.
We raised them correctly in this household, okay?
Is it like wrong to do accents?
It is.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
no, Brad can do it.
see.
'Cause he's quarter. He's quarter.
So we watched a couple trailers.
We did.
One of them is awesome, and the other one is a Darren Aronofsky movie.
I was gonna say we watched the trailer for. What do you want to talk about?
We watched a trailer for Caught Stealing,
Yes.
which is a new movie from Darren Aronofsky.
So this movie, speaking of Guy Ritchie, I feel like
This
this
felt like a Guy Ritchie movie.
should have been a Guy Ritchie film.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's a Darren Aronofsky movie, which is surprising. But it looks like a lot of fun. Austin Butler is in it. Zoe Kravitz is in it. And Austin Butler plays this guy who...
Elvis?
He seems to have a little bit of an anger issue, maybe. He gets in fights a lot. He has this friend who's like this British punk rocker guy, and he asks him to watch his cat while he's away. And then, of course, some nefarious thug criminal types show up and threaten him. He doesn't really know why. And there's some stolen money and some warring gangs, including some very rabbi-esque Hebrew people.
Yes,
Wait,
there's the Puerto Ricans and
Hold on.
the Hebrews.
From now on,
and the-
Hebrew people is just gonna some Hebrew people.
So yeah, because
They're called Jewish people, Brad. It's okay.
no, he says the Hebrews.
he does call them the
I know, but
Hebrews.
Hebrew-
They're like Hasidic Jews.
Yeah.
Hebrew people.
No, yeah, they are Hasidic Jews, and like it's Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio as the Hebrews.
It's very
Which
funny.
is just the Hebrews.
Yeah. That's-
Oh, wow.
I'd watch a movie called Hebrews.
Absolutely.
Man.
Get that going.
But no, this looks like a lot of fun.
No, it really does. Again, Aronofsky, Black Swan is what he, there's a lot of
Typically more artistic movies.
Another fun film.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not the stuff
Fountain.
This
Mother.
This is not the stuff that you're looking. Like again, I watched his trailer, and then of all the directors I could guess that it would be, I would not put
No,
him on
not at
this.
all.
So it's interesting to think about that, though, because Darren Aronofsky does have some tendencies of leaning into movies like this from time to time. For example, this never came to
I've
fruition.
never seen a Darren Aronofsky film.
At one point,
I'm not joking. I've never seen. I've
you
seen
never-
Black Swan.
You saw
Mountain.
Requiem for a Dream, didn't
Nope.
you? Oh, I thought you
I've
did.
not seen
Oh,
it.
somebody's getting assigned to Darren out.
Is that
No,
is that
I-
ass to ass?
That's what?
Does it ass to ass? And isn't that Requiem for a Dream?
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen
That's
that.
There's
pro-
a lot of drugs in that movie.
sounds
There
like
are
a-
a lot of drugs.
You
in
never
that
saw
movie.
Noah?
Is that a Darren?
Look who you're asking.
Aronofsky film?
Yes,
For
it
real?
is. It is Darren Aronofsky.
That's a. Oh man, that's crazy. No, I never saw Noah.
Wait, is that the new one with
Russell Crowe.
Russell
Well,
Crowe.
it's 2013.
Yeah.
Noah.
Darren
and,
Aronofsky.
Noah-
That's new to me because I haven't been watching films
Noah
since
and his
then.
art.
Fair enough.
You didn't see The Whale?
No,
Oh, okay.
Wow. What do you do?
I hate Darren Aronofsky. No, I just haven't seen any of his films.
So at one point, he was supposed to do a Wolverine movie, and then it just never came together.
That would have been wild.
Yeah, it would have been quite wild. But this doesn't feel like your typical Aronofsky movie, but it looks cool, and I'll definitely see it.
Oh, I mean, this will be the first Aronofsky film I see.
Joe, are you down?
Totally down.
Nate,
Nope. Did you
Nope.
say nope?
just nope. Moving on.
Wow.
Well, how
No,
about
I'll
this?
definitely see this.
How about the Smurfs trailer?
I'm
Oh god.
I am so frustrated that you gave us this to talk about
I'm
this
sorry.
film.
What are you frustrated by? First of all, Rihanna's playing Smurfette. It's a whole.
This
That's
is-
all you had to say.
It's a
such
whole. It's a whole new approach
such
to
a bit.
Smurfs.
This is such a bit. You're such a piece of
There's.
shit.
Did you hear the soundtrack
You're
to this
it's not
movie?
even funny when you're defending a movie like this. It's not even funny.
When I watched this trailer, I said "Smurf Yeah," because I was very excited.
Here's one thing that I will say about this. They were like, "We're gonna go Smurf stuff up," and I was like, "Jesus Christ, can you say that?" Like the tone was like, "Fuck shit up."
Well, we were talking about that because they do use Smurf in place of fuck at least twice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, which is great. It's clever.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on board
It's
for it.
come on.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Smurf that Smurf, Smurf that Smurf.
Oh my god!
That was a weird.
You should get Smurfed all over my face.
Clean up that Smurf, you Smurf.
No,
if you have
this-
to do it 3 times, at least 3 times in the trailer.
Well, they're
like,
Smurfs. That's what you know.
Also,
Let's just point out that the Snutder Poots are in this trailer.
Whoa, you can't say that,
You can't. No, come on, come on,
dude.
come on.
We have lines even for our show. I can't believe you said that.
The Snutder Poots
Oh.
are top notch.
That's what I used to say in college all the time. All right, let me tell you what. These Snutder Poos, top notch.
There you go.
That was the part of this. Top notch Snutder Poos.
I'm sorry. Did you see the part where they were dancing in this trailer?
Oh my god, this is the worst thing that's hit since Battleship.
Seriously, but on top of that, Rihanna's voice acting sounds awful.
This is just terrible.
Why did you give us this
Why
trailer?
did you give us this trailer?
Did you hear what just happened? That was
Snoot-
solid gold.
the only redeeming voice actor here is
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman, yeah.
Yeah, who's playing Ginger Papa Smurf, I guess.
No, it's
No,
not. 'Cause
John
Papa Smurf
Goodman.
plays
No,
John
John
Goodman.
That's why I said
Goodman.
Ginger Papa Smurf, because he's a different version, but he's basically the same. He's like a younger Papa Smurf.
He's Ken. He's Papa's brother.
Is that his name?
Yeah. according to Wikipedia.
Ken Smurf.
Ken Smurf.
Ken
Smurf.
Is that, wait, is that
No,
all
no,
their,
no, no.
That's all their last names, right?
Ken Smurf is a great attorney.
He's a Smurf and great
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, he'll get you out of it.
Smurf, yeah, he will.
You've been smurfed by a
Have you been Smurf? Call 555 Smurf. We'll get you the Smurfs you deserve.
That's too many letters for.
Fuck you.
Darn it.
Yeah, it kind of broke the reality of
Oh,
Wait, so
Smurf lawyer that we made up. Smurf lawyer. So you guys aren't going to see
Wait,
Smurfs?
wait.
Joe,
Well,
I feel like you're
I
excited
was,
for Smurfs.
You know, I'm easy to please.
Uh-huh.
And so I would have considered it, except for the fact that Gargamel is not the main villain. It's Razumel.
But Gargamel is still in it.
I know, but I guess, so I grew up watching the Smurfs.
So you're a purist.
Thank you. I am. No, that's legit. And so I didn't know there were other villains.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just felt as weird as casting Rihanna as Smurfette.
Yeah.
It's off. It's weird. I'm a no on this one.
Yeah, it's
I saw Azrael's still in it, though. The cat.
Oh, the cat. Wait.
Well, of course.
But is the cat named Azrael?
I think that's the
I
cat's
don't-
name.
That's the
isn't it?
cat's name.
No, that's the cat's name in Smurfs. But
Yeah.
in this movie,
Oh, it better be.
are we sure it's
Oh,
the same cat?
yeah.
I
What
mean,
if it's a different cat?
I doubt it
I
is.
didn't hear them reference that name in the.
Well, it's a
in the-
teaser. They're not giving everything away.
Let's save that. But give him the Smurf jokes.
Yeah, well, of
I
course.
don't know
Oh,
if this
God.
maybe changes your opinion, but Kurt Russell plays Ron, Papa's brother, as well.
I do really
Ron-
like Kurt
No,
Russell.
Ron
no.
Smurf.
Kurt Russell plays Captain Ron.
Captain Ron Smurf.
Captain Ron Smurf.
God, I
Oh,
hope
man.
that there's some deep cut Captain Ron
That would
jokes.
be if they just did this and they were like, you know what?
We're just gonna stuff this with Captain Ron references.
No,
Nobody gets him except for
Now that I would see that for sure.
give him a chance. He's a captain. It's a deep cut Martin Short joke from Captain Ron. Holy shit! No, what I was going to say is they just have all of these actors playing the Smurfs. Then they're just going to go through their entire body of work. Like John Goodman's going to have some righteous gemstone stuff in there. Everybody's just going to have these meta shit. I would
totally watch that.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
So I'm aside from the fact that this just looks bad.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed by the fact that they're leaning into like, oh, they're putting Smurfs in real world. You know,
So
stuff.
all this is like somebody saw Trolls and was like, oh, but we could do that with the Smurfs.
Yeah, and then because I will say the one thing that I do appreciate is the animation style, because you can tell they did do some stuff that makes it have like the texture of like illustrations
Smurfs.
or like sketches similar to like what they did with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and like more recent animated movies that they've been like changing up the visual style so it's not just
It
general
is
computer
directed by
animation.
Chris Miller, who did Puss in Boots.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's not the same Chris Miller.
I was gonna say that there's no way.
There's no
Lord
way.
Miller.
Actually,
put their
no.
name on this.
Lord Miller.
Chris Miller is a producer on this.
No,
The
I'm
movie-
pretty sure he's the director.
The movie is directed by Pam Brady, I think.
No, on the trailer it said directed by.
Directed by Chris
Chris
Miller,
Miller.
written by Pam Brady.
Oh, written by Pam Brady. Okay, but yeah,
Did you watch the trailer at all?
Like what
What trailer were you
prepare for this
fucking watching?
podcast?
You got so horned
So-
up about Rihanna's.
but
We
to
were
be
really
to be
excited
clear,
about
it is
Rihanna.
not the Chris Miller of Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah, that's not.
Nobody said it was.
Nobody said it was. You said it was because you were just distracted with the fact you didn't know who was directing.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood. 'cause-
You mentioned Puss in
You
Boots,
said Puss in
and I
Boots.
said it's the same director.
yes, but I want to make sure everyone knows that it's not Chris Miller of Spider-Man and
Nobody
How to
said
Chance.
it
Nobody
was.
said it was.
No one. Someone might assume though. We have
I
people
might
who
have
like
been,
movies
I
on this
might have been
podcast.
thinking of it. I might have been
Yeah,
thinking
dummy.
it. I'm not
No, because you said
As
it's
good as you guys.
this is directed by Tom Brady.
directed by Tom Brady.
Tom Brady would make a great Smurf movie.
directed by
Tom Brady would make a great Smurf movie.
He totally
Hey,
would.
you guys go Gronk Smurf over there.
Yeah. When they throw a touchdown, they go Smurf.
that was the best you got.
Nate, when you
What
mentioned
would you do? Fuck face.
I stayed away from it.
So you just don't even try.
No,
Wayne
It's
Gretzky
too
would
late.
be pissed.
Way too late in the podcast to try.
Wow.
wait, so Kurt Russell is actually voicing one of the characters?
Ron.
Ron.
Yeah,
Captain
Ron
Ron.
Smurf.
Captain
Ron
Ron,
Smurf.
Papa's brother.
I just watched.
Who else is in the cast, Nate?
Okay.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
big cast.
Yeah, so I don't know if this has been mentioned. Rihanna is Smurfette.
Mm.
James Corden. We don't know. It's no name right now.
Mm.
He's an unnamed Smurf.
I bet you he's lame late night talk show Smurf.
No.
John Goodman is Papa.
Carpool karaoke Smurf.
Nick Offerman is Ken, Papa's brother. Kurt Russell is Ron, Ken and Papa's brother. Amy Sedaris is Mama Poot.
Wait a minute. What? Mama Pooh.
What the fuck? What is this timeline
She's
we're
one of
in
the
right
Snutder Poots.
Mama Poot. So Amy Sedaris got the script and she's like, "Yep,
The role I've been waiting for.
Mama Poot."
Zolo Maraduena
That's Blue Beetle.
is Brainy. Maya Erskine is Vanity. Sandra Oh is Moxie. And then JP Karliak is Gargamel, who's a pretty famous voice actor.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Kimmel
Actually,
is...
I think that he's voicing both Gargamel and
Rosmel.
Rosmel.
Yep. And then Jimmy Kimmel is Jokey. And then they also have...
He is jokey.
Natasha Leon, Dan Levi, Octavia Spencer,
Dan
Octavia Spencer, Nick Kroll, Hannah Waddingham, Alex Winter, Billy Lord, and Marshmallow have been cast in undisclosed roles.
Did you say Marshmallow?
Yeah, Marshmallow.
That's the YouTuber.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was from
Right.
Frozen. The
No, he's not a
the big monster.
YouTuber.
Who is he? Oh, is he a DJ?
Yeah, he's a DJ
musician.
and
That's
record
what he is,
producer.
yeah. Same difference.
Jesus.
Both
You're
worthless
so
positions.
old. I don't know. It's YouTubers, same difference, whatever.
Trombone player, I don't give a fuck.
Is he on Vibe?
I'm sorry, his name's Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Get a fucking name, Marshmallow.
Yeah.
There's so many, like Sting.
He has a normal
That's so
name
much
though.
better than Marshmallow.
But I mean, there's just names.
But
of
he has a
things.
normal
he
name.
has a name. His name is
Gordon.
Christopher Comstock.
Yeah.
That's so lame.
Okay, but no one calls him that.
Just like
Would
nobody
you go-
calls Gordon
Exactly.
Sting.
As Joe said,
No, everyone
lame.
calls Gordon
Or
Sting.
the
Gary's
other way
not
around.
lame.
Fuck you.
Marshmallow.
Who does
If my
that-
name was Christopher Comstock, you know what I would change it to?
What would you change it to?
Marshmallow.
Oh,
Hey, who does Yakov Smirnoff play?
he's playing Whack Off Smurf.
in Soviet Russia.
Smurf whacks you. Well, I'm excited for Smurfs.
Yeah,
Oh,
clearly.
Yeah. I know you guys will be there opening day with me.
Oh, you can bet your bottom dollar.
You bet
This
your
comes
butt-
out July 18th.
Oh, my
for
birthday.
Our astute listeners.
So we have no plans, and we're gonna go see Smurfs.
No, that's not my birthday.
We're having Ben's birthday party there.
Yep.
I'm gonna have a Smurf themed birthday party.
And we're gonna call it Smurfing USA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, come on, get Smurfed at Ben's birthday party.
Ew, gross.
What?
Don't do that.
Get a happy time.
No.
Oh, this is a youth podcast. You need to just keep it in a little bit. All
This
right.
is a youth podcast when he's over here saying Snorgle Puss or whatever the hell it was.
It was Snutder Poots.
Snooter Poots.
Whatever,
Snooter
Snorgle,
Poots.
Snorgle Puss, Snooter Puss.
it's the Snooter Poots.
You know it's Snooter Poos.
How dare you?
Mama Poos would be so mad right
Yeah,
now.
seriously, just grow up.
Sorry, Snaggletooth.
Snorglepuss.
Snorgle Puss.
I can't wait to hear the other poot names.
Sneedlebot.
Do you think that they have like a one who's like a really like bullish and brutal like overlord? That's Vladimir Poots.
Vladimir Poots.
Voiced by Yakov Smirnoff.
We got it.
And the podcast is done.
Smurf
We finally
YEAH!
got there.
We took over Ukraine though. Oh, it's sad though. What's going on over there?
What are the hookers called?
But seriously.
Oh, man.
Prayers to those in Ukraine right
Yeah,
now.
sorry. I feel bad now. Well, that's another episode of the podcast.
What I was gonna say is the hookers are called the Poot Poots.
Oh. I mean, if there's Mama Poot, then there's got to be Papa Poot, right?
And then there's one. There's a bedridden one called Stay Poot.
Stay Poot. That's a good one. That was a really bad joke.
That's a bad joke.
Why am I laughing about this?
Stay Poot.
I don't know why it's so funny.
That's a good joke, Brad. Not gonna lie. That's good. That's a good
We
joke.
did it.
That's a good one to end on. Well, stay Poot and listen to more episodes of Go Flix Yourself.
Joe, thanks for being on
Joe,
the show.
thanks for being on the show, buddy.
Thanks for letting me come.
Hey, thanks for reversing the trend of shitty morning episodes because this is a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm pretty pleased with this.
Pretty good one. Brad, where can people find you on the onlines?
Oh, just screwing around on the internet. And
Are people still looking at Brad's junk?
Oh, people are always checking out my junk.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, as you can see, it is going quite well.
That's why my hands are in my pockets.
No, they are. I just went to the Sweets and Snacks Expo, so I've been posting some cool new stuff. People are liking that, and yeah, it's been going well. So look at Brad's junk on Instagram, and you can find me on slashfilm.com, writing about movies and TV shows here and there, and Twitter and Blue Sky and all that.
We're on hiatus on the 10-1 for right now because the season has ended, but we're probably going to come back and do a recap episode of all of the season 50. So stay tuned for that one. But until then, what do you say on your show? Be good to each other. Be good to everybody else.
Nothing like that, but go ahead.
Bye, bye everybody. Bye.
Be poot to yourself and be poot to others.
Be poot to yourself and be poot to others. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?